Hello everyone, my name is Ray Bowman and this is my Week 1 Task Force presentation for MPA 590, Organizational Theory for Public Administration. For this brief presentation, I'll provide an introduction of why I felt the need to create this task force, the name of this task force, provide the purpose and lead department, the members of the task force, and of course the initial measurable outcomes. So more and more, it seems that natural crises and disasters are inevitable parts of life. Earthquakes, wildfires, floods, cyber attacks, and even public health crises like the coronavirus, they didn't wait for us to be ready. They just strike when we least expect it. And although we can't prevent these events from happening, we can control how well we prepare and how we recover from them. Recently, the city of Monrovia was impacted by the windstorm and the resulting wildfires that occurred in January 2025. Personally, I was called to the EOC as a finance representative, and that's when I realized that the burden of responding to these disasters wasn't just on public safety. It's a citywide effort that requires a lot of organization and planning. With that in mind, I thought to create a task force that's proactive rather than reactive. And that's where this new task force comes in. The purpose of the PREP Task Force, which stands for Preparedness, Resilience, Emergency, and Planning, is to strengthen the city's ability to anticipate, respond to, and recover from disasters, including earthquakes, wildfires, cyber attacks, and public health emergencies. And this can be done through interdepartmental coordination, shared resources, and community engagement. The task force, of course, will also ensure that lessons are learned from past crises and are translated into ongoing resilience planning. The lead department for this task force will be, of course, in the public safety sector of the city, specifically the fire department. It will be on them and the battalion chiefs to host, organize, and manage the task force, but it will be a citywide formal task force that includes police department for evac and security, public works for infrastructure management and utilities, IT for communication systems and cybersecurity, finance for funding, reimbursements, and administrative support, community services, of course, to operate shelters and serve residents, the city manager's office for communications and coordination, and of course, finally, community partners such as Foothill Unity Center, local faith communities and churches, and the school district. Our initial measurable outcomes will include formally adopting a task force charter and designating representatives from each department, establishing emergency operations center protocols with at least one full activation drill each year, creating standardized documentation so that reimbursements from FEMA, Cal OES, and granting agencies are submitted quickly and accurately, so things like templates for timesheets, training on virtual EOC operations, and the like. Developing continuity of operations plans for every department so that if the city ever goes dark, operations will continue for essential services like water, payroll, police, and fire. And finally, expanding community readiness, which includes increasing the enrollment for the fire department's CERT program and the police department's Citizen Academy program by at least 20% in the first year. And that is my short presentation on a task force proposal called PREP. Again, this task force is going to focus on preparedness, emergency response, and planning. Thanks so much for your time and for your feedback. I'm looking forward to watching your presentations. Have a great day.